What's up, noobs? Welcome to another Devlog episode of Punch a Bunch. Today we're gonna do sound effects and something else, but I'll tell you more about that later. It's gonna be really cool, so stay tuned.
Alright, we're at Dollarama. I'm gonna go and see if I can find some cool stuff we can use to make some epic sound effects for our game.
I'm gonna get this. Oh, and probably should get some balloons as well. That's so weird. It's very high, like a smack. Might as well just, I don't know how. This might have been a bit of a mistake. Viv says it looks like a boob. I've already torn it. Ooh, look. I'm just gonna start by recording a bunch of sounds and then we'll just put them together and figure it out. We'll just see how it goes. Okay, let's get started. I started off by just trying to produce different and interesting sounds. Whoop. I recorded different impact sounds. That's pretty good. Swishes. Woo! Whoops. Whoa. Crunching celery. Ooh, did you hear that? And some other stuff. This is the enemy. Psst, 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 psst. Good dog. She barks when you do that. We don't know why, but it works every time. Go get it, Ziggy. Psst. Psst. Come on, Ziggy. Whoa, shit! It broke! Viv, get a bucket, get a bucket! Ah! All good, these things happen. I then brought these sounds into Audacity and started playing around with layering different sounds on top of each other to try to make a satisfying punch sound. I was pretty happy with that result, and I just kept mixing different sounds together to get a few different variations of punches. Okay, obviously we're gonna need more sounds for the game, but let's put them in the game and see what it sounds like. Getting the audio to work in Unreal was pretty straightforward. I created what Unreal calls sound cues for each punch strength category. Okay, but what's a sound cue? Let's take a look at the hard punch, for example. In here, I gathered all the hard punch sounds and added a simple random function. So whenever we land a hard hit, I simply call the hard hit sound cue function, and then it'll just randomly play any of the hard hits. Pretty neat. Okay, check this out. This makes it even better. So you might think like, okay, well, 3 audio files. That's just gonna get repetitive. Well, let me show you why you're wrong. I'm just gonna play this one hit over and over. Okay, very repetitive, right? But I'm adding this modulator, which randomly changes the pitch of the sound. which randomly changes the pitch. All right, so listen to this. This is the same audio. Yeah, you hear that? How it actually sounds different. Now this combined with the 3 different, I think will be enough to fool you into thinking that it's all new audio all the time. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Okay, now let's see it in the game. That's cool. Okay, but as you may notice, it sounds a little isolated right now. It's just that you don't, like there's no other audio. Adding in swishes for the punches, I think is gonna really add as well. Okay, let's try this. Whoa! Do you hear that? Man, it's so awesome. The swish really helped. I'm super happy with the sound we have so far. There's obviously lots more to do. We gotta add crowds and other sounds, but I think we're off to a great start. Alright, last week I asked you to come up with a cool idea for how we can display the stamina on our character. Got tons of suggestions, most of which suggested stuff that I suggested myself in the video. Good job, guys, good job. But check this out. In the Discord by Kokutochichi. Okay, anyways, he or she put together a little concept art thing, which is super cool. Thank you so much for doing that. And I think this is great. This allows us to really see what it would actually look like, which means that I don't even have to do it myself. Thank you. I don't know, changing the saturation as you see here, well, I mentioned that, but I don't think, yeah, that looking at this, it kind of confirms that, yeah, it's gonna look weird and it's gonna be confusing. A lot of people mentioned turning the belt of the shorts into some sort of stamina bar, which you can see here. And I don't know, I feel when you're fighting, it's gonna be hard to read. You're not really gonna see it. And also, one thing that's really important here is that it needs to be obvious without someone explaining it, right? So if I didn't explain to you, oh, this is your stamina, you're probably not going to get it, right? So that's something I'm thinking a lot about, that it needs to be immediately clear what's happening. The thing around the feet, yeah, that could probably work. I absolutely love the helmets. This is so cool. I love it. We have to put some helmets in. Seeing this is so awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. Did you do this in Photoshop? How did you do this? It looks legit. It looks like it's in the game. That's very cool. Very cool. Very well done. Ponty approved. No, I'm not putting you on the epic pegboard. You're gonna have to do way more. Lester set the standard last week with what you gotta do to get up there. You're gonna have to try way harder moving forward. Anyways, thanks for pitching in with the suggestions. Just keep them coming. We're gonna get it at some point. I just don't know. It's fine. We will keep it as it is for now. Okay, I feel pretty good about our sound so far. It really brings the game to life when you're playing and you actually get the audio feedback. And since we're working towards our first multiplayer fight that'll be in the next episode, I also want to do something about our background. Currently, we just have our boxing ring floating in space with the clouds and stuff, which is obviously not the way it's supposed to be. So I'd really love to get started on working on a stadium. My idea is that you basically would have some different environments and that you would start in a basement somewhere with everything is super rugged and stuff. And then you would work your way up to more of a championship stadium with tons of crowd and stuff. But there was this one comment, and it's like way back, but that stuck with me. And it talked about having the environment be like a kid's room with toys and stuff. I think it makes perfect sense to do something like that because the characters really look like plastic or, you know, like toys. So I think that's an excellent idea. But we can still do the thing with different environments. Like maybe you start in a basement with abandoned toys that are like in cardboard boxes and it's all dirty. And then you work your way up towards this epic, you know, arena with like tons of different little toys and stuff flying around. I think it'll work really great. So thank you so much for that suggestion. Let's get started. I knew I would need spectators, so I started off by taking our current boxing model and modifying it a bit to make it a little thinner to make it into a spectator instead that we can use. Since we have a pretty forgiving angle, I don't think we'll need too many toys to sell the idea. Also, I don't really want to clutter up the screen too much either, so less is more, I think. I also finally got an excuse to use Quixel's mega scans that recently became completely free when you use Unreal Engine. I needed a surface to put all of this on, so I was looking around for some sort of table texture that I could use. I found one that I liked, but it just looked too realistic. So what I ended up doing was to just completely take out all color and just keep the detail, and I think that worked pretty well. I started placing out some toy cubes and spectators to fill up the scene. I also set up a simple system that distributes random colors to all the spectators when you run the game, just to save me some time. We'll put him there, look, that's cute. I like that. I like this. This is great, actually. I think this is a good compromise that we just did let it fade into black and we just kind of put the spotlight on what's going on, and I think that's good. I'd like to have a little bit more light coming in. Maybe there's a window back there and you get a sense that it's a kid's room. But yeah, I think this is awesome for now, because at least it doesn't look completely broken like before with the sky. But yeah, I don't know. I'm getting some glitches and stuff. I don't know. It's a bit, I have to watch some videos on how to properly light an Unreal Engine. I'm not super familiar, but for now I think this is great. This is good. Good enough, good enough. You know what they say, don't let perfection get in the way of good enough. That's awesome. I love that. I think that's great. It's a great start, at least. This will definitely be great for our first fight that's happening next week. You can't miss that. You probably should subscribe to make sure you don't miss it and hit the bell. Also, remember the Google algorithm juice. We need to have the juice. The way you get that flow in is you hit the like button and you leave a comment, or 2 or 3. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. I hope we'll be Devin again soon. Please subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you next week.